Hello, I'm Mark Draper, a computer programmer, and over the past 5 months, I've been working on a sci-fi themed MMORPG project called BioRebellion, and I'm hoping to have it open to players for alpha testing within 4 months. BioRebellion is open to all to take part in designing and building the game. So if you're into games like EVE Online, RuneScape, Elder Scrolls, World of Warcraft, Ultima Online, and you ever dreamed about having the opportunity to design and build content for them, here's your chance. So if you're a writer, or programmer, game designer, 3D artist, whatever, or if you're interested in learning about those things, I invite you to join. Everyone can take part in building this virtual universe, and we'll build it together. Sound cool? BioRebellion is not a game per se, but an open community for designing and building the game world. The game itself will come out of that process and will continually evolve and expand, shaped by the community. Right now, what I'm doing is finishing up the quarters for Scott. Scott's a friend of mine that I've worked with in research and development for a company called Quest Tech. We did some things like virtual pitch tracking and the virtual 3D first down line the NFL's using today. And I've known Scott for a few years. He's a good programmer. I've taught him everything he knows. And I thought he might be interested in lending a hand. He expressed some interest in game development. He liked Unity 3D, and that's the engine we're using. So I'm making Scott some living quarters here in the basement of the Omega space station. I've got him a sink here and a little bed. And this is the 12th basement level. If there is a basement in space, I don't know what the hell that's about. But anyways, and why it's a concrete texture, I don't know. But who would use concrete in this construction? But anyways, it has that feel to it. Artistic license, I guess, whatever. But I'm just throwing this together. I found some cool assets on Unity. Scott's going to need a crapper. There we go. That looks about right. If anybody wants to put together or find 3D model for toilet paper, I'm sure Scott would really appreciate that. Let's see. That looks right. I'm wondering why this isn't receiving shadows on the wall. I thought I set it to that. Oh well, we'll check that out later. So, what I'm hoping to do is Scott will be involved in the network programming. Currently, I have Photon networking working for multiplayer, and I have to convert this whole thing over into an authoritative server. Right now, it's not authoritative, which isn't good for MMOs. But I'm really impressed with Photon networking. Pun on the Unity asset store. It's free. Oh, hold on. one thing about Scott, I've learned over the years, when he grew up, he loved El Caminos. There's a couple things Scott loves, and I'd like to put a little picture by his bed there of his dream car, El Camino. Make him feel right at home. So, what I'm hoping to do is open this game world up to whatever talent you have and you want to express. You can add it to the persistent state universe that we're creating. All right. When I first got interested in MMORPGs, it was back. I was working with Scott actually. We're with a internet presence provider we put together called Wallace Technology Group, and we had another friend, James Buckshot, and we were at the time we were big fans of Doom 2, and that's pretty much the game we played. We drank beers, and we played Doom 2 after work. And then one day, Jim comes in with a box. I think it was around 1998, something like that. He comes in with a box that said Ultima Online. Now, I played the Ultima series before, and I loved it. Went nuts over it. Well, this Ultima Online, it just blew me away. I became a total addict of a new genre of games that was coming out called an MMORPG. What happened was we loaded up the game, booted it, and I wasn't aware that really what the concept of massively multiplayer was. Wasn't even familiar with the term at the time, I don't think. I knew multiplayer games, obviously. It's the dawn of the first-person shooter age, but massively multiplayer, I don't know. I played some MUDs a little bit. But, so anyways, we booted this up, and I see familiar Ultima series type setup, and all these characters walking around in this world, in this medieval world in a town, and I assume they're NPCs. And try to interact with the NPCs, you say hello, and you try to get information out of them, and it became apparent that each one of these characters in this world was well, almost every one of the characters that was walking around there was a it was a actual human being connected to a computer somewhere out there in the world, all in the same virtual space, in this virtually constructed universe, in a medieval styled village with things to manipulate and move and do what you will, whether it be a blacksmith or a tailor or whatever. And that fascinated me. That really put the zap on me. And I remember it was the first day, and I was exploring. I was just wandering around. Of course, we didn't read the manual. I'm learning it as I go. And I learned how to tame, I think. Yeah, it was taming was the first thing. And I saw somebody tame a chicken, and the chicken was falling around. So I managed to work my way up, and I think I tamed a goat, something like that. And so a couple hours go by, and we finish our 12-pack of beer, and it was time for me to get back home. And log off, go home. Over dinner, I'm discussing, with my girlfriend what this new type of game, where you log in and there's all these people in this graphical world, and she was pretty interested in it, and so booted up on the computer at home, log in to show her, and there's the goat. There's the goat I tamed hours earlier, still waiting for me, and it's been in this virtual world the whole time, just hanging out, waiting for me. Which then I realized what a persistent state universe was, a persistent state virtual world. So I don't know that after that point it was like I turned into like a heroin addict or something. I was on Ultima Online a lot. I was probably racking up, at least 20 hours a week. And I just saw this as the next evolution in entertainment. I mean, why would you want to just watch a movie when you can actually be in that scenario, in that genre? You know, one of my favorite movies is Blade Runner. To actually be in that dark, gritty world, in a that that's a whole new realm of entertainment. I think we just started to explore. Anyways, that's why I'm into it. That's why I've always been fascinated with creating an MMORPG, and this is the first opportunity that I've had to really take it seriously. Now with Unity 3D and all the tools that are available, photon networking, everything I can put together. Right now, I'm adding a little El Camino picture next to Scott's bed. But what I hope to do with BioRebellion is, we all work together with our expertise, and we all take part in adding content. Big or small, backstory, writing, um, new ships, new equipment, even down to things like sound effects, you name it. Whatever you're into, we can add to it. And it'll never be complete. I think that's the beauty of it. BioRebellion will continue to evolve and continue to expand. And I know that it's never going to be a finished product. I know it's never going to be glossy like, some EA turbine thing that's coming out for $70. And this is an open project. BioRebellion is the process. It's a game we continually evolve, a universe. It's not just a game, it's a virtual universe that we evolve. Okay, what I'd like to do now is just finish up the living quarters for Scott's character. And the three things that Scott himself loves so much in this world are El Caminos, the facts of life, and Ms. Pac-Man. Those those are three things that keep Scott going. Those three things are in his trailer. And aside from those three things in programming, I mean, that's pretty much his focus, his obsession. So I'm gonna add a video game console from the '80s to go along with his living quarters down here. Everything Scott will feel comfortable with and needs. And then I would like to take you for a quick tour of this space station and give you some information on how you can keep track of the project and take part in the project as it progresses. And we can move on from there.